Hi, everybody. I'm back in Blaine Garden to give you a much anticipated update on our reopening process. As you know, we've been worshiping and gathering quite differently since March 16th. During that time, your pastors, staff, and many of you have worked hard to provide the best online worship experiences we could, to have meaningful Zoom meetings and gatherings, to continue to serve our community and world in the best ways we knew how during the process or experience of something that none of us were prepared for. Throughout, you have been engaged, you have been encouraging, you have been the kind of people who have been as patient as you could be with something that all of us were trying to sort through. We've all learned in this new habits and vocabulary, face covering, social distance, thorough hand washing, and a word that still makes me shudder, comorbidities. We know that all of those need to continue, that we need to be very careful and vigilant, and we will remain so. And it seems for the long term, for the foreseeable future, it will be required of us. But it's also clear that we cannot outwait this pandemic. We're not able to go back to the worship and gatherings that we were accustomed to, the ways we were accustomed to them. But your leadership, clergy and lay, staff and volunteer, have come to the consensus that we can do some things that are back in that direction. So after a great deal of prayer and thought, something like 130 days worth of daily praying and thinking about how to do this, we've come to the place where we think the first week of August, we can do a few things and start growing from there. We will, beginning that first Sunday in August, present our worship in a seamless recording, just start to finish, much like we used to do in our worship gatherings, our services. It'll be a flow you're more used to, and I think will feel more like live worship. We'll be able to do this because of our wonderful new live stream equipment that we're so grateful the trustees and you all decided we needed and could use well. I'm grateful for Chip Angel and Sean Garbleman, who have worked to get it installed and are learning and sharing, teaching how to use it. That they have put in a lot of time, and it will be to our benefit for many years to come. We're also grateful for Charlie Gudeman. I can't say it enough, what Charlie and Sean Garbleman have done since March to help us to worship exceedingly well online. The ways they have shown us and led us through this process, I cannot begin to calculate the amount of time, the amount of expertise and energies that have gone into this, especially from those two men. We are truly thankful for what they've done for us. So beginning August 2nd, we'll be able to have this seamless worship. We'll work with that for a few weeks, and provided the COVID numbers aren't surging again, we hope to be able to invite people into in-person worship beginning August 16th. Now that will be a very limited number of people because we have to keep safety as a priority. And there'll be more information about how to register and what will be required of you in a date closer to August 16th. So look for that. We also know that everyone misses each other in these spaces. And so beginning the week of August 2nd, we will have some limited capacity meetings available for in-person. If you are a leader and would like to contact Wendy Zulanch, the director of the Family Life Center, to learn what will be required and what is available, please do so. We're going to have open sanctuary times in the sanctuary. We know that people have been having times of prayer, meditation in the garden, in the inlet at the St. John's Chapel, and at the Inlet Cross, and we're grateful for all of those wonderful spaces outdoors. We also know that some people would prefer to be indoors in these warm days, and certainly our sanctuary is a beautiful spot for that. So we'll be announcing opportunities for you to come to have individual devotional time of prayer and meditation in the sanctuary. Finally, we're going to offer some meet and greets. We miss you, and you've expressed that you miss us. So we want to be able to see you and speak to you from a socially distanced and safe way. We also want to introduce you in person to J.T. Brown, our new pastor. So we'll announce some of those dates and opportunities for you to pre-register for coming up as well. The Inlet View will give you some more information in the weeks to come about how to register and what will be offered. Listen, I know that this isn't enough for anyone, really. It's either too much too soon and not safe enough, or it's not enough, not soon enough, and overly cautious. We're all on some spectrum of that. just trust that we have really tried to be faithful and prayerful and wise in the decisions we've made so far and that we're making going forward. We will adjust as we need to and as seems safe and right. We will do what we can to provide the best that we can in terms of our church gatherings and service. Let me thank you that you've remained understanding and that you recognize that what we're all up to is the same mission, that we are together seeking to make disciples of Jesus Christ. We are together seeking to love God and love neighbor. And the decisions we have made and are making are born out of those desires, loving God and loving neighbor, making disciples for Jesus. We'll continue to make that the ways that we make decisions, the guiding principles we use as we make decisions going forward. So thank you, church. I look forward to continuing to be connected with you virtually. And for those I get to see online or in person, face covering and all, I look forward to seeing you in the months ahead. Grace and peace to you today and always.